Waiting for the Biblioburro. What do you think the book is about? Do you think you will like this book? By Monica Brown, illustrations by John Para. On a hill behind a tree, there is a house. In the house, there is a bed. On the bed, there is a little girl named Anna, fast asleep, dreaming about the world outside and beyond the hill. When Anna wakes up to the rooster's kikiriki, Papi is already at work on the farm, and Mommy is busy in the garden. Anna bathes her little brother and feeds the goats and collects the eggs you sell at the market. After breakfast, Anna and her mother walk down the hill. Anna closes her eyes against the sun and wishes she was back in the cool of the house with her libro. Where does she live? Anna has read her book, her only book, so many times she knows it by heart. The book was a gift from her teacher for working so hard on her reading and writing. But last fall her teacher moved far away, and now there is no one to teach Anna and the other children in her village. So at night, on her bed, in the house, on the hill, Anna makes up her own cuentos and tells the story to her stories to her little brother to help him fall asleep. She tells him stories about make-believe creatures that live in forests and mountains and the sea. She wishes for new stories to read, but her teacher with the books has gone. One morning, Anna wakes up to the sound of tack, 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 clip, clop, and loud ah-yeah, ah-yeah. When Anna looks down the hill below to her house, she sees a man with a sign that reads, Biblioburro. With a man, there are two burros. What are they carrying? Libros! Anna runs down the hill to the man with the sign and the burros and the books. Other children run to him too, skipping down hills and stomping through the fields. Who are you? Who are they? The children ask. The man says, I am a librarian, a bibliotecario, and these are my burros, Alfa and Beto. Welcome to the Biblioburro, mi biblioteca. But señor, Ana says, I thought libraries were only in big cities and buildings. Not this one, says the librarian. This is a moving library. Then he spreads out his books and invites the children to join him under the tree. Once upon a time, the librarian begins, sharing the stories of an elephant who swings from a spider web. He reads from books with beautiful pictures. Then he helps the little ones learn their alphabetio. He sings A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Finally, he says, now it's your turn. Pick out books, and in a few weeks I will be back to collect them and bring you new ones. Me too, asks Anna. Especially you, says the librarian with a smile. So many cuentos while Alfa and Beto jump the sweet grass under the tree. Anna picks up book after book and finds pink dolphins and blue butterflies and fairies, talking lions and magic carpets. Someone should write a story about your burros, Anna tells the librarian, rubbing Alpha's nose and feeding more grass to Beto. Why don't you? He asks. Then he packs up the books and is off. Enjoy, he calls to the children. I will be back. Anna runs up the hill to her house, hugging the books to her chest. She can't wait to share her books with her brother. And that night she reads until she can't keep her eyes open any longer. Each morning Anna does her chores and reads and looks out her window. She listens for the sound of Alpha and Beto, but weeks pass, and the librarian doesn't return. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who smiles and says, Go read, Anna. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who smiles and says, You'll draw, Anna. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who smiles and says, Go right, Anna. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who finally says, Go to bed, Anna. One night, Anna dreams she is flying over her country on a butterfly's back. In her dream, she crosses mountains, oceans, rivers, and jungles, bringing stories everywhere she goes. Stories fly from her mouth and fingers like magic, falling into the hands of the children waiting below. When Anna wakes up, she misses Elfanbedo and the Biblioburro's books. She remembers the librarian told her that she could write a book, and so with paper and string and colored pencils, she does. Have you ever made a book before? Finally, just when Anna thinks she'll never see the Biblioburro again, she wakes up to Aia, Aia, and children yelling. She runs down the hill with her library books and special surprise of her very own. I wrote this cuento for you, she says. Que bueno, the librarian says, and when he reads her story to the children under the tree. When it's time to go, Anna's book is packed carefully on the burro's back and ready to be carried away over the hills through the fields to another child who is asleep on a bed in a house on a hill behind a tree, dreaming of Alpha and Beta and all the new stories the Biblioburro will bring. Now, time for some questions. What did you like about the book? If you were a traveling merchant, if you were a traveling librarian, how would you travel? If you were a traveling librarian, where would you take the books to?